It's a fun presentation. You'll see kids and cats and lots of fun content. So yeah, we're going to talk about sales, and then I'm going to show you 5 practices on how to delight our users as well as our organization. Sales is not something that alienates people. If they like it, they actually do want to have more of it. So the question for us is, how do we create an experience or a chatbot or a conversation so that users want to buy from us? If you solve a problem really well, and in this case, you're the only one who solves that problem, users will stay with us.